Thanks, Tom, for joining us today. Today we were talking about machine learning, kind of an introduction to machine learning. So why don't we start with a definition of machine learning?
So machine learning is really any kind of algorithm that you can pass data through the algorithm for it to learn how to solve a problem. And it doesn't rely on any particular sets of business rules or particular code.
So no procedures. Can you give us kind of a easy to relate to example, something in layman's terms?
Sure. Take spam filtering. You probably get some email spam in your inbox.
All the time.
I know I do. We could actually solve this problem with machine learning, or we could solve it with a more traditional decision management approach. So with a more traditional decision management approach, we might create a set of rules, and those rules would look at a particular email, and maybe we would have a rule that said, if it says in the header of the email in the subject line, buy this now, then you probably could say, that's probably spam. You might have another rule in there that would say, if the sender of the email is from your contacts list, then probably not spam. So there's a pretty straightforward approach. Would solve some of the problems, is not going to get all of them. But with machine learning, you would do it a little bit differently. You'd start off and you'd say, all right, let's create a training set of data of emails that we know are spam, and we'll label them. And we'll label the ones that are spam as spam. And then you also will need some emails that are not spam, and we'll say those aren't spam. So we'll create something like a neural net maybe. We would pass all of those emails through it, and as you pass the emails through it, the weights and the thresholds in the neural net would start to be adjusted, and so eventually it would learn to be able to recognize whether an email is spam or not.
So is there an easy way to get started with machine learning?
There is. There's a lot of algorithms out there that are available on different websites. For instance, IBM has their Watson services, and I think AWS has something. I think Google has some of the same kind of things. But these are machine learning algorithms that are very specific to particular purpose. So for instance, I know that there are some for doing image categorization. So if you, let's say, wanted to create something that you could put pictures of people through, you could actually have it do facial recognition. There are other ones for doing natural language processing, like sentiment analysis, where you'd say, all right, let's pass some text through this thing and determine whether or not it is something that's really positive or something that sounds kind of negative. So those are some of the examples of things that you could just get right out of the box.
I need that positive or negative filter on my emails before I send them. Well, thank you for teaching us about machine learning today, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.